Okay, genetic drift, anytime there are changes in the genotypes of a population. And it can happen for many reasons. A bottleneck, you could have a collapse of an area. So you go from one huge gene pool to a much smaller gene pool or number of individuals. Founder effect, you could have a large area with a certain percentage of individuals, and some of them move to another area, and now those percentages are changed. So genetic drift can also be caused by immigration and emigration, so moving in and out. Artificial selection is what humans do with cows and dogs and horses, and we really interfere on random mating because we control the mates. Mutations, remember, those are changes in a strand of DNA. One single change in bases can make the difference between organisms and species. Punctuated equilibrium versus gradualism. Gradualism is this idea that this gradually changes over time in the different species. Punctuated equilibrium is like punched it, and it, abrupt, and there would be these straight corners, 90-degree angles. In reality, they both occur. Allopatric versus sympatric speciation. Allopatric, the organisms live in the same area, and then they're separated. There's a separation, and then they change. When they're close together and change, that's sympatric. So it could be something like there's a mutation that changes part of the species, part of the population. Prezygotic and postzygotic barriers, remember, those are the ones that are keeping species apart. You should know some examples, like prezygotic includes different kinds of isolation, like living in different areas, your body parts working differently, and not being able to get together. Let me see, I'm trying to hold this steady. There could be timing differences. So remember, there's 5 different kinds of barriers for we're back up there. Postzygotic, remember there's 3 of them, and it's that they have something to do with the offspring not surviving. Okay, micro versus macro evolution. Micro is on a very small scale. Macro is huge, where you'd go from one species to 2 separate species. Hardy-Weinberg, just know that's a model that we use to predict populations and the frequency of alleles. It must, for evolution to not occur, we have to have a large population, no migration, no mutations, random mating, and no natural selection. And then changes in allele frequency are your proof of evolution. So let's say you had an island that had 75 red snakes and 25 white ones, but they're all the same species. And after, 20 years, you count them again, and now it's 50% red and 50% white, then that's proof of evolution.